It's an everyday thing. It's an everyday thing. It's an everyday thing when you let your nuts hang.
Let's get into it, man. We got a message from Sabrina Hutton about Gail. I'm going to read this and then we're going to get into the video. Let's get all the facts straight. Gail was the one that slept with him while he was with his first wife. The first wife caught them in New Orleans together. This isn't my story. This is Gail's story. We did not get caught at the airport coming back from Europe together. She ran up on me a week ago. They haven't lived together in over 2 years. Tell her to tell you all the facts. Tell her to actually play the entire video and why we looked at her like that, because she was screaming at us. Why did I have a smirk? The smirk was because she kept calling my daughters bitchs and whores in front of everybody at the Sky Lounge. So I didn't go to prison. I had to calm myself and shake my head. That's what happened. She actually followed us onto the plane and they actually escorted her off the plane. So it was all a setup because she was trying to get on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Interesting. Now let's get into the video.
Because today would have been my 28th wedding anniversary, but you know, life goes on and we're still gonna make it a great day. But I told you all yesterday that there were some things I wanted to share once I got further down with this divorce. But you know, just kind of keep some things in the wrap until that time. But I see where my husband's mistress has gone on to another site, I guess, to explain parts of her side of the story or his side of the story and all that kind of stuff. So I was like, I want to come on here and be completely transparent and truthful with you guys, because I have nothing to hide. I don't live my life like that, you know. I've not always been perfect, any of that kind of stuff. Not a saint, but the marriage to him, I never cheated, was never, you know, did any of that kind of stuff. Just tried to be the perfect wife as I could be for him. So I see where she's gone on somebody's site and to say that that my husband and I were separated for 2 years, I guess before they hooked up or something like that. But that's not true. They met each other in October of 2019, slept together 8 days later, 8 days later, because I have the receipts for that. And I didn't find out about any of this stuff until October 22nd, 2022. I'm sorry, October 2022. I'm sorry, guys. But anyway, she was telling that, you know, that we had been living apart for that long. No, I've been living apart from my husband since November of 2022. And that was after I found out everything about them. And in the subsequent weeks, I was telling you all, I found out a whole lot more about him, her, Sheila, Betty, Cassandra, Blessed, who else? It's a bunch of them, y'all. I can't even go through the whole damn list because it would be like, it's like a DMX song, God bless his soul. But I want to be completely transparent with you all. My husband saw me at an Atlanta Hawks basketball game back in 1995. Gave one of my girlfriends his number and told her he thought I was cute and to have me to call him. I didn't call him right away. But maybe like 6 weeks later, I called her to make sure. Before I called him, I was like, you know, hey girl, now I was going to call this dude. He not married, is he? And she was like, no, girl, he not married. Called him. He all excited. He sets up a date for us like a day or two later. I go to meet him. I walk in and I see something shiny on his hand. So as soon as he said his name, I was like, is that a fashion statement on your finger? Because I was like, I know that's not a wedding ring because I don't deal with married men. And I was like, I asked my girlfriend, were you married? He was like, oh, I never told her that I wasn't married. But, you know, my wife and I are having problems. And, you know, I just wanted to meet you as a friend. And I was like, every man in Atlanta having problems with his wife. I was like, ain't nobody gonna fall for that damn okie doke. Like, that's just like the standard line. He was like, well, no, you know, he started reading off his resume and, you know, like he's the president of this company and he saw me and he just thought I was a nice looking girl and he wanted to get to know me. So by this time I'm pissed, y'all, because I had driven around there from Decatur at the time to Buckhead. I had like $5 till payday. That was 3 days away. No damn gas in my car and I was hungry. So all I had at the house was oodles and noodles. So he was like, You can eat dinner, because I was about to leave. And I was like, oh, I'm going to eat. I said, I'm going to eat because I'm hungry. And, because you're wasting my time for coming around here. But I was like, I'm going to eat. I said, then I'm going home, and that's going to be the end of this. So at the end of the night, he was like, well, it was nice meeting you and all that kind of stuff. And I was like, well, nice meeting you too, have a happy life. And he was like, well, what if I wasn't married? And I was like, I don't know. I said, I can't answer that. I said, whether you were married. I don't know. I was like, I don't know you. And, this is not how I get down. So I left. Next day, he sends a big bouquet of flowers. So everybody at my job was like, they knew I had a date that night. They were like, did you give him some? I was like, no. Like, hell no, I didn't give him none. For some flowers? I was like, hell no. So he calls and was like, I just thought, we had a nice evening and I'd like to get to know you better or whatever. And I was like, dude, you are married. And he was like, well, you having issues. And I was like, well, maybe if you paid your wife some attention, maybe you all wouldn't. You wouldn't. So didn't matter. He started sending flowers. When I tell you, y'all, he was sending flowers like damn near every day. My office looked like a morgue. I promise you, it looked like a morgue. It smelled like a morgue with all them flowers up in there. So I told him, I was like, dude, we cannot do this. So he was like, well, we could go out as friends sometime and have dinner. So I was like, okay. So after the fourth time I went out with him, I was like, you know what? I said, that's not right. I was like, if your wife don't know you out with me, this is not right. So I was like, not doing this anymore. So he was like, no, like, no, because I'm going to file for divorce. So I was like, until you file for divorce, don't reach out to me, And I was like, and I can't tell you I'm going to be here or not. I can't do that. So next day he calls and was like, oh, you a challenge. I'm going to get you, like, I'm going to marry you. You're the girl for me. Like, you work hard. You're a single mom. You're doing your thing, and you're going to be the girl for me. And I was like, dude, let it go. So fast forward this story. Of course, he starts to wear me down. He's sending gifts and sending me all these little nice, sweet things. And this is one of his little things that he would do. I'm finding out this is how he get all his women, because what's her name ain't the only one. It's been plenty. She just the face of the franchise right now. I'm finding out he got a thing for girls that are 25, 30. That's about the oldest he like him. And he damn near about to be 64 years old. But anyway, I digress. So anyway, he was like, so he gets me a pair of diamond earrings. I was like, this is my token to you, to prove to you that I'm serious. I'm ending this marriage because you're the one for me. And she and I, we ain't hitting on none, all of that kind of stuff, right? So I'm like, okay, so I'm young and all that. I'm believing this bullshit. So after that, we started to date kind of like right around the time. I think he filed for divorce like right around that time. So after that, I'm thinking everything cool. So we go on this trip to New Orleans, first year of the Essence Festival. He was like, let me take you to the Essence Festival. And I'm like, okay. So we go, we kicking it, having a good time. Phone rings in a hotel room. I think I picked it up, and I don't know if somebody said something or not, but it was the first flash click on. They hung up. So he comes in the room, the phone rings again, and then I hear him having this conversation with someone that didn't sound like that. That this relationship was over or whatever. So, of course, I'm pissed off. So I tear his ass up. And he was like, no. And I told her I want a divorce. I hadn't filed yet, but I'm about to file. So I'm furious, y'all, because I'm like, God damn it. Here I go again. They got up and did some bullshit with this kind of stuff. So anyway, he does file. I want to say like in the next week or two. So I was like, okay, well, I'm free to, date you right now, but I'm still going to be respectful and all that. 'Cause, you still got your divorce and stuff going. So their divorce kind of went fairly quickly. I think he filed in I don't even know. It was like the fall, but they were divorced by that December. So I'm like, okay, then. So in the interim, of course, I'm saying full transparency here, before the divorce was final, he and I did date. We started dating, and he gave me those earrings, like I said, as a sign and token of his, like, oh, this is my devotion to you. Like, you're going to be the one. So, of course, I'm thinking I'm the one with my little dumb self. So, okay. All right. So, yeah. So that's what I'm just here to let you all know that, yeah, I started seeing him before the divorce was final. But at no time did I go in, try to destroy his marriage, do any of that. And actually, before we started kicking it like that, I was encouraging him to try to work it out with his wife. I did. I was trying to encourage him to work it out with her. I was like, you have 2 young children. Those children are 2 and 4. You should try to work it out. He was like, ain't no working out. Ain't no going back. She depressed from having the last baby. She won't sleep with me and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, oh, that's terrible. He was like, yeah, she just been really depressed or whatever. Right. But I'm going to come back to that later on. Another story time, but because it's real significant, this little lie he told. So one of the other truth or a half truth that Sabrina was saying was that what else did she say? Oh, the airport situation. So she said she didn't get anything kicked off at the airport because she didn't want to, I guess, get in trouble or some shit like that. So I was like, okay. And she was like, oh, she was talking trash about me. And I was like, well, technically, I was talking trash to my husband. And I guess some of it, when you kick a can, some of the trash spill over on you. That's just kind of how it is. So she was like, and I got her, she followed us onto the airplane. I was like, girl, ain't nobody following nobody on no damn airplane. I had a ticket. We all happened to be on the same flight heading to Dallas because he and I used to live in Dallas. Sorry about that, y'all. He and I used to live in Dallas, and I was going over to see some friends. So we're on the plane, and I get a text from my girlfriend because I knew it was going to be cold in Dallas like 2 weeks ago. And I was like, I know it's going to be cold, but I'm going to head over, and I'm not going to stay long. And I was like, long as it doesn't snow. So she sent a text message while I was on the plane, said 100% chance of snow that night in Dallas. So the flight attendant came and was like, well, this lady is saying that you said some things to her. And I was like, I was talking to my husband, and, you know, maybe I did say some stuff, but I was talking to my husband. So anyway, when I see that text message come through, y'all, I had decided anyway. I told the flight attendant, I was like, I gotta get off this plane. I said, can I get off? Because I don't want to get stuck in Dallas if it's going.
What it do, everyday people, man? It's your boy PJ. Today we back with another lit video. We back in the confessional, and yes, we staying lit, big dog. Man, shout out to my everyday people who rock with me every day. Shout out to my player partner, Lucky Wheels and Deals, man. He keeps it lit. Y'all check out his YouTube channel. Man, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe to this video, man. We finna keep it lit, man. Y'all heard my baby in the background getting funky. She ain't having a good time in her. But let's get into it, man. So this looks like it's gonna be a saga for the ages. We gonna get a whole story, man. We might get a story from the wife, the mistress. We might get a story from the first wife. I'm here for it. You know what I'm saying? We find out he left his first wife with 2 young kids. Okay, this man is insane. Okay, he was whining and dining. But I'm gonna be honest, woman, Gail. I'm Team Gail. But how you get them is how you lose them, okay? We Team Gail, though. I'm just saying, you know, the past is the past. You kept them for 28 years. You know what I'm saying? Also, she dropped this video this morning. She must have been up on an early kick. You know what I'm saying? Had some stuff to get off her back. You know what I'm saying? Because it got real. She went live. Shout out to my girl, Review That With That. She's in the building. She got this recorded. Y'all check out and subscribe to her YouTube channel, man. And yeah, this is getting interesting. I'm here for it now. I understand what she was saying when she said, you know, she wanted him to work out his marriage, but you really didn't. You was young, and you was hot, and you was horny. You wanted it, okay? Let's be honest, okay? But you know, you wanted him to be into his relationship, and he was still playing games. The man is a cold cheater. Okay, this is a habitual cheater. Okay, he moves on before he's finished with his next. Okay, like, but the thing is, the one thing with Sabrina, why she trying to out him? Oh, she did this. Like, woman, you know he whole ass married, and you knew it, and you was going on trips with this man, and you knew he was. So that's kind of slime ball. I don't care, Sabrina Sutton. You can't win that one. You can't win that one. You lost all around, sister. Like, you trying to do this, oh, woe is me, and I'm the victim here. No, you're not. No, you're not. You played in somebody's house, and that ain't a good thing to do. You can't be playing with nobody's house, man. You got to make sure that they ain't together and they done. They finished with it. If they ain't finished with, then you shouldn't be taking trips with this man, spending this man's wife's all they money, you know, they money, because when you marry this, it will go from me to we, okay? So it don't matter how much money he got. She talking about she trying to get a spot on Real Housewives. So what? She trying to run up a bag. Why not? I mean, look at you. You doing the same thing. You like 25 and you know he's sleeping with other women. Come on, man. Hey, it ain't gonna end well for you either, okay? Just make sure you get in the wheel, because at 65, he could go any day. You know what I'm saying? So, everyday people, let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. I'm going to holler at you later. Peace.